Revelational Reads Media presents Sealed with a Prayer. Nia James learned early that attention and intention were not the same thing. Attention could be loud, public, temporary. Intention moved differently. It showed up quietly, with consistency, and it never needed an audience. That was why the envelope on her desk stopped her cold. It wasn't bright or flashy. It wasn't trying to be cute. It was cream paper, thick enough to feel expensive between her fingers. Her name was written in elegant script, like whoever wrote it knew her, or at least respected her. And it was sitting in the center of her desk, inside her locked office. Nia stood there for a long breath, keys still in her hand, her laptop bag still on her shoulder, her mind flipping through possibilities the way it always did when something didn't fit. Her office was orderly, warm neutrals, a clean desk, a small plant by the window, and a framed scripture on the wall that reminded her who she was when life tried to blur her edges. She set her bag down slowly, walked to her chair, didn't sit. She reached for the envelope and turned it over. No return address. A gold wax seal stamped with a small crown. Behind her, the door opened. "Good morning, boss lady," Tasha said, breezing in like she owned the building. Tasha was Nia's assistant on paper and her friend in real life. Beautiful, bold, plus size, always dressed like she had somewhere important to be, reddish-brown waves bouncing over her shoulders. She stopped mid-step when she saw Nia holding the envelope. "Ooh," Tasha whispered, "that's not a bill." Nia glanced at her. "How do you know?" "Because the paper is thicker than my ex's skull," Tasha said, leaning closer, "and that seal is giving old money." Nia didn't smile yet. "It was on my desk." Tasha blinked. "Inside your office?" "Yes." Tasha's brows lifted. "Okay, that's either romantic or criminal. Please don't say criminal before 9 a.m. Tasha held up her hands. "Fair. Open it." Nia broke the seal. The wax snapped softly. Inside was a single card. "The Magnolia Gala is expecting you. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Black tie. Your seat is reserved." Nia read it once, then again. Tasha inhaled sharply. "Magnolia Gala? That's Montgomery level." Nia's eyes lifted. "Montgomery? My cousin does security sometimes. That crown? I've seen it before." The Montgomerys were city famous, the kind of wealthy that didn't announce itself. They built things, funded things, left legacies quietly. Nia's thoughts moved fast. "Why me?" Tasha softened. "Because you're you. That's not an answer. It's the right one." Nia picked up the card again. "Tonight, 7:30. Tasha smiled. "Boss lady, we are not ignoring this." Nia exhaled slowly. "I need to pray." Tasha nodded. "Of course you do." Elijah Montgomery did not move without purpose. He had noticed Nia James weeks ago in a boardroom full of voices. She hadn't tried to be remembered. She had simply been herself. When someone joked about prayer, she smiled and said, "I pray anyway." He prayed about her, too. Not for permission, for clarity. He wanted to begin the right way, with intention. Nia's mother's kitchen smelled of lemon and peace. Nia sat at the table with the invitation card in front of her. Her parents listened without interrupting. Ari leaned back in her chair, eyes bright. Micah wandered in, grabbed a biscuit, and immediately took a seat. "Montgomery? Like those Montgomerys?" "Those," Ari confirmed. Nia's mother studied her. "Are you uneasy or curious?" Nia paused. "Both." Her father nodded. "Then we do wisdom." They prayed right there at the table, quiet, covering, grounded. When they finished, her mother squeezed her hand. "Go, pay attention to your spirit." Nia picked up the card. "Tonight, 7:30 p.m. The Magnolia Gala was everything Nia expected it to be. Elegant, quietly extravagant, the kind of place where people spoke softly because money didn't need to yell. She stepped out of the car in a black gown that fit her like confidence. Her hair was styled in soft curls pinned back on one side. Her makeup was warm and glowing, understated but unmistakably beautiful. The venue doors opened and the sound of strings drifted out like a welcome. Nia walked in. She didn't look around like she didn't belong. She moved like she did. A hostess greeted her with a smile that looked practiced but sincere. "Miss James, we've been expecting you." That freeze again. Nia followed her through the room, past clusters of guests and champagne flutes and soft laughter. Then she saw him. Elijah Montgomery stood near the staircase, speaking to an older couple. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, he had a calm gravity that made people lean in. Tall, broad-shouldered, tailored suit, a classic watch on his wrist, close-trimmed beard, eyes that looked warm even from a distance. He turned, and his gaze landed on her like it had somewhere to be. The hostess stopped at a table near the front. Nia's seat card read, "Nia James." The seat beside hers read, "Elijah Montgomery." Nia's pulse shifted, steady but alert. Elijah approached. "Miss James," he said. "Mr. Montgomery," she replied. He pulled her chair back, not showy, just smooth and respectful. When she sat, he settled beside her with an ease that made the moment feel less like a trap and more like a conversation he'd planned carefully. "You made it," he said. Nia looked at him. "I did." His mouth curved slightly. "Thank you." Nia's brows lifted. "For what?" "For trusting the invitation," he said, "even if it confused you." Nia's eyes narrowed just a little. "It did confuse me." Elijah nodded once like he expected that. "Fair." Nia leaned in slightly. "How did it end up in my office?" Elijah didn't flinch. "Your building manager delivered it." Nia's gaze held his. "So you asked him?" "Yes," Elijah said, calm. "I didn't want to approach you at work in a way that cornered you. You deserve better than that." Nia blinked. That was thoughtful. The room around them softened into background noise as the speaker took the stage, but Elijah kept his focus on her. "I wanted to ask you something," he said quietly. Nia lifted her chin. "Ask." Elijah's eyes didn't wander. "Are you being courted?" Nia's breath caught. The words were old school, intentional, almost startling in a room full of modern conversation. Nia paused. "No." Elijah's shoulders eased like he'd been holding tension. "And I'd like to court you," he said. Nia steadied him. "You're direct." "I am. I don't do casual." Nia let out a soft laugh, not because it was funny, but because it was unexpected. "You don't know me," she said. Elijah's eyes softened. "Then let me." Nia held his eyes. There was something about the way he said it. Not hungry, not possessive, just sure. The gala continued around them, but Nia felt like she was sitting inside a quieter space. Elijah leaned slightly closer. "Not tonight. Tonight is just an introduction. If you say yes to dinner, it will be public, your choice, your comfort." Nia's lips parted. He'd already thought of her comfort before she had to demand it. "That's considerate," she said. Elijah's expression warmed. "It's respectful." Nia looked down briefly, then back at him. "Okay." Elijah's eyes brightened, subtle but real. "Okay?" he repeated. Nia nodded once. "Dinner." Elijah smiled slowly. "Good." The rest of the evening passed with small conversation and soft laughter. Elijah never crowded her, never tried to touch her casually. But when he laughed and his eyes crinkled at the corners, Nia found herself watching him longer than she intended. When the gala ended, he walked her to the exit. Outside, the night air was crisp. Elijah stopped beside her car. "I'll text you," he said. Nia's brows lifted. "You already have my number?" Elijah's mouth curved. Your assistant gave it to my assistant after you said yes to dinner. Nia let out a laugh. Tasha would. Elijah's eyes softened. Good night, Nia. Good night, Elijah, she replied. As the car pulled away, Nia realized her shoulders were relaxed. That was new. The restaurant Elijah chose was quiet and warm, candlelight low, music soft enough to feel but not loud enough to interrupt. Nia arrived on time. Elijah was already there, standing when she approached. You look beautiful, he said. Nia smiled. Thank you. They sat, menus in hand, but neither rushed to order. Elijah looked at her for a moment like he was taking her in properly, not scanning, not consuming. How was your day? He asked. Long, she said, then added, but good. He tilted his head. Long good or long exhausting? Nia laughed. Long, I need a nap good. Elijah smiled. I understand that. They talked easily about work and family, about childhood memories and the kind of Sunday afternoons that felt like heaven. At some point, the server arrived with water. Elijah glanced at Nia. Would you mind if I prayed? I'd like that, she said. He held his hand open between them. Nia placed hers in it. His fingers closed around hers slowly, certain, warm. God, thank you for tonight, he said softly. Thank you for clarity and peace. Keep us honest and covered. Amen. When he looked up, her hand was still in his. They stayed like that a second longer than necessary. Nia didn't pull away. Elijah didn't rush. After they ordered, the conversation deepened naturally. Nia found herself saying things she didn't usually say quickly. I don't usually feel comfortable this fast, she admitted, then frowned slightly at herself like she'd revealed too much. Elijah didn't look pleased by it. He looked thoughtful. I don't usually pursue this fast, so I hear you. Nia blinked. You're pursuing fast? Elijah's mouth curved. I'm not wasting time. There's a difference. Nia laughed. You're confident. Elijah's gaze held hers. I'm intentional. The food came, they ate, they laughed, and at some point Nia told a story about her brother and the time he tried to sing in the church choir and forgot all the words. She laughed so hard her eyes watered. Elijah watched her like he liked seeing her unguarded. When she wiped under her eye, still smiling, Elijah lifted his hand. His thumb brushed her cheek lightly. Nia stilled. Elijah's eyes didn't leave hers. Is this okay? Nia swallowed, then nodded. It is. His hand stayed there a moment, gentle. Then he lowered it slowly like he respected the moment enough not to turn it into more than it was. Later, when they stood outside the restaurant under the soft glow of streetlights, Nia pulled her coat tighter. Elijah stepped closer and draped his arm around her shoulders naturally, warmth folding over her like a blanket. She didn't move away. She leaned in. They walked a few steps together, quiet. Nia, Elijah said softly. She hummed in response. He stopped. She turned to face him. Elijah lifted her chin with 2 fingers, careful, not forceful. Look at me, he said, voice low and steady. Nia's breath caught, not from fear, but from the way his words felt like reassurance. She met his eyes. I want you to know something, Elijah said. You don't have to wonder where I stand. I'm not here for a season. Nia's throat tightened. That's a big thing to say. I know, he said. That's why I'm saying it slowly, with my actions. His hand slid from her chin to her cheek, a gentle caress. You're safe with me, he said quietly. Nia blinked, emotion pressing close. She didn't say everything she felt. She just nodded once, and Elijah didn't push. He kissed her forehead, brief and soft, then stepped back like he was honoring her as much as he desired her. Good night, he said. Nia exhaled. Good night. When she got into her car, she sat there a moment with her hands on the steering wheel, staring forward. Her cheeks were warm, her heart was steady, and for once that steadiness felt romantic. Elijah didn't flood her life. He entered it. Consistency replaced questions. Presence replaced anxiety. Nia noticed her parents watching him quietly, not interrogating, observing. One night in his car, she said, "Is this real?" He held her hand. "I'm not trying to waste any time. I'm trying to build with you." She believed him. The proposal came in a private garden, white roses, soft music, her people. When Elijah knelt, the world hushed. "Nia, you are all I ever prayed for," he said. "I love you, and with you is where I want to be forever. Will you marry me?" "Yes," Nia whispered. He held her like covering. Their wedding felt like peace. Candlelight, cream and gold, covenants spoken softly. In the quiet of their home, Nia sat in a nursery chair, hand on her belly. Elijah knelt beside her and prayed. When he looked up, he cupped her face, placing a soft kiss on her lips. "You okay?" "Yes," she answered. "Good," he said, smiling. All of it started with an envelope, intention, and a man who prayed. Thank you for watching Sealed with a Prayer. Subscribe for more stories from Revelational Reads Media.